Good evening. ITV News has learned that criminal gangs with members as young as 14 are stealing motorbikes in Bristol, frequently for no other reason than to get likes on social media.
They then use them for joyriding or to get home, and then will often set fire to them. They almost always take pictures of the bikes to share online.
Well, police admit the level of motorcycle theft in the city has reached an unacceptable level, but often struggle to prosecute, despite what appears to be damning evidence. Max Walsh has this special report.
They're loud. They're reckless. And they're certainly not discreet. This is footage we've uncovered of one gang in Bristol appearing to ride and vandalise stolen motorbikes. Their tagline is simple: "We steal your pride and joy." These are just a few of the motorbikes one group known as the Bristol Stovex claim to have stolen. Their identities hidden by hoodies, helmets, or even laughing emojis.
Where we're going today, we're going to go to the Aviate Cafe via the South Cotswolds, up through Wootton.
At the Four Counties weekend ride from Rudgway, riders prepare to test out their most prized possessions. But organiser Martin knows many of his members have had to fight to protect them.
These two primary gangs that are doing it are in competition. It's a bit of a game to them. It's a game. Steal someone's motorbike, ride it till there's no more petrol left, and then set it on fire. Eventually it'll run out of steam. Either they'll be arrested, or they'll just simply get fed up and start stealing cars and move on to something else.
It's a bleak outlook, and one of their victims, Melissa, has since decided to leave Bristol, partly because she feared she'd become a target again.
It never went to Bristol again. At the time, my friend was living in the Forest of Dean, where I live now, and it never came back to Bristol. I took it out of the city.
I showed Melissa footage of the Bristol Stovex Instagram page. Her reaction is unsurprising.
We all work hard for what we buy, you know, none of us are privileged, and it's just absolutely galling that it's sport to people. They just destroy lives and don't realise they're doing it.
And that anger is echoed across the community. Pictures of stolen motorbikes continue to appear online, and now questions have been raised about why the police are struggling to prosecute those responsible. After seeing his stolen bike appear on social media, Luke followed some of the gang members to Avonmouth.
Having followed them for a certain period of time, and there being two of them, they did realise that I was following them, and at that point then, I did feel slightly worried, because let's face it, it would have been 2 against 1. Some of the manoeuvres that they were doing at that point, and the speeds that they were travelling before I decided that this was far too dangerous, were crazy, really.
So who are the faces behind the smiles? Police say they're equally frustrated, but they're now making progress.
There's a really, really big difference between what we can prove in a courtroom and what we can identify within those social media sites. And it's something that we've had a real drive on in the past 6 months, is to educate the community that there is that difference between knowing who did it and being able to prove these offences in the courtroom. So it's really, really frustrating, and that's why we're looking at those other legislations to how else can we tackle this problem.
Those new legislations are criminal behaviour orders, which ban individuals from using motorbikes for 2 years and have serious consequences if ignored. And tonight we can reveal that 3 have already been issued since they were introduced last month. So are those responsible worried? Their activity online suggests they're not. For the motorcyclists of Bristol, it may be some time before they can feel truly safe, but there is a sense that the latest police crackdown is a turn in the right direction. Max Walsh, ITV News, Bristol.